We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
I thought something. Hi,
Busted,
we are
busted.
back.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
We are back with episode 31.
31, 31, 31. We just seemed like we were just in the teens and now we're in 31. That's just
Mm-hmm.
how life is moving along. That's how life is moving.
Yep. And we decided to call this episode Off the Record, but on the mic.
Off the record, but on the mic because we are live. So you are still on the mic, but we want you to join with us, join in on the conversation. We've had some
Mm-hmm.
great shows, some great. I hope you caught a little rounds on last just the other day,
Yeah, that was on Wednesday.
Wednesday for our guests. So, you guys, thank you for still tuning in. And tonight you have us, and we want to talk to you. So, we do have off the record, but on the mic, we're going to talk about a few things, and hopefully, you guys won't be afraid. You talk back to us. You've been doing real well on talking
Yeah.
back to us. I think they've been doing real well.
Yeah, they have been.
Have a
A lot of
lot.
people joining too. If you guys want to join in the conversation, you can.
Yeah.
This is going to be an open topic, so we really want you guys to engage and comment and interact with us because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. So, do we need to get into some announcements, or should we jump
Yeah,
right
we can
in?
go into the
All right,
announcements.
let's see what we have going on around the community.
Yeah, and sorry if you're not from here locally, just bear with us as we get through these announcements, just because we do like to announce the local events that are happening around us.
Yes, yes. Very important. Try to encourage and support
Yeah,
from our
because
own local
yeah, our
community.
community, a lot of people always say there's nothing to do, but there is. There's lots to do.
There
Trust
is.
me,
There are
I'm
lots to
getting
do.
tired of all the stuff we got to do.
Yeah, all depends on what you want to do.
Right, there's
So,
plenty.
and like this Friday, is that today?
Yeah,
And
Nutcracker.
tomorrow, the
Yep.
Nutcracker. Okay, the Nutcracker is by Studio 121, and it's going to be at 641 West Stevenson, and that's tonight at 7:30 p.m. And also again tomorrow, you
Hmm.
guys, at 7:30, and it's at the Masonic Temples, and the tickets are only $15, and they can be purchased online or before the show. Well, today is the show,
Yep.
so you will have to have tickets. You can still purchase online for tomorrow, and
Yep.
for
Tomorrow.
today's show, you only have a few minutes if you want to
Yeah, if you
participate
do want to
there.
go, you can.
And also, here we go again, December 19th, but this was 12 p.m. and it's also going to end on tomorrow at 6 p.m. And it's the Holiday Hustle, and it's an event by the Greater Freeport Partnership. It's
Hmm.
going to be downtown Freeport, and I believe that's that event to kind of draw people to the downtown area to do some shopping when you're out there doing your Christmas shopping, so you can support your own area. Also, tomorrow at 11 a.m. is the kickoff to Christmas Pajama Party. And that's in Lena, you guys. That's at 9426 West Lena Road in Lena, Illinois. So if you want to go to a Christmas PJ party, get in your PJs and be
Hmm.
warm and enjoy some holiday festivities, that's tomorrow. Wow, all these events for tomorrow when people say
Yeah.
nothing to do. Here's another one. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Merry Little Christmas is a family event at the Wintercheck Playhouse. That's 228 West Clark Street, right here in Freeport. And
Mhm.
it's gonna be movie with Santa, cookies and cocoa, and it's also gonna be a toy raffle, you guys. So there's some holiday events right there.
Mhm.
And coming up, it's hard to believe that we getting ready to go into a new year, but it's New Year's Eve 2026. Party like it's 1999, you guys. Appetizers and DJ. It's a $20 keg cup at the door. They say inflation is a bitch. Yes, it is. Wednesday, December 31st, 7 p.m. And that's at the Grand River Hall, okay?
Mhm.
In case you don't know, the address is 101 South Liberty, and it's on the 6th floor, and that's right here in Freeport. And all these other announcements is look like we're getting far off. I'll read one last one for
Oh wait, what
January.
about boots on the ground tomorrow?
Okay, okay, let's read this one and then I'll tell them the main event for the
Okay.
one. This one is going to be January the 2nd, 2026, and January the 3rd, 2026 at 10. Laugh in the New Year at the Winnipeg Playhouse. I guess this is going to be a comedy show, 228. Wes Clark ready to laugh your resolutions off. Kick off the new year with the on the fly improv at the Laugh in the Newer Year, Friday, January 2nd and Saturday, January 3rd. At the Winnipeg Playhouse, you guys. It's a comedy show. And tomorrow it's the event.
Yep.
Boots on the ground at the Grand River Hall. And that's sponsored by the of Change and also by the Push organization. You
Mhm.
guys, this event is to raise funds for the Men of Change for their annual toy drive. They give toys away. They do so much more, but
Mhm.
this is for their toy drive for next year. And they like to plan it in advance and so they can have plenty to give away. So the funding will be going to that event. The event starts at 8. Be there on time if you expect to eat and have a good seating. And the tickets are $30 and they're still available. I don't have all the information from them, but you can pay at the door. You can also pay at the door. It's not too late. It's plenty of space available. You guys, you can wear your cowboy, cowgirl attire, but it's not required. You come as you are. You know, me, I'm just going to piece some stuff together to
Me
make it
too.
look. You too. I'm just going to I'm gonna piece some stuff together, you know. What do they wear all the time in the Western days? Their jeans
Right.
and and stuff like that. They wore their denim. They wore,
The belts with the big buckle
yeah, the
on
big
there.
buckle. I don't have one of those. I wanted a holster actually. I want to wear my holster and everything, but I thought that if I get that and put the toy guns in there, it might cause a problem. They might be, hey, we gotta check you. But I'm gonna piece some stuff together and just go out, and we're gonna be there to cover the event. So, again,
Mhm.
that's tomorrow coming up. You guys don't have much time. You can pay at the door. It's gonna be in the Grand River Hall, at the Grand River Hall, shall I say? Tomorrow, boots on the ground.
Boots
Yes,
on
it's
the
gonna be a lot of
ground.
dancing. Are you gonna dance?
No, we already talked about this.
Yeah, we did. We
I
did. There's no dancing.
didn't change my mind.
Don't even ask Chels. I tried to see if she maybe changed her mind. I know she told me she
I don't
wasn't,
know how to
but
line
I'd
dance.
say, well, they're having, I think, a practice again tomorrow. I think they're having a practice again tomorrow at 1:30. Uh, and what I have been doing, which I need to look at again tonight, is on YouTube.
Mhm.
A lot of the dances, the
Oh, the
line
dances
dances
are
they're
already on
doing,
there.
they're on YouTube, and they give those tutorials where
I might
they
look
show
at
you.
it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just get a couple of
Might
steps
get a little
because that's how
idea.
I learned. That's how I learned by going to Frankie's and us just getting together, in her room, just getting
Yeah.
together down at the place in the boom boom room and practicing the dances and stuff like that. But a lot of them I still don't know. A
Right.
lot of them I don't. But don't let that stop you guys. Come out because we just gonna be dancing whatever move you want to make. Come out, and if you want to learn that line dance, the best way to do is just to hop on and try it. So
Actually, I
that's
guess the
tomorrow.
only way to find out if I do dance or not is to show up.
Yeah, that's
So there
true.
you go.
That's right. You got to be there.
I
And
might
if you
decide
want
to
to see
dance.
if Chels is going to dance, because I'm not going to tell you if she did or not after it's over. So if you're going to want to see firsthand, come out tomorrow, 8 o'clock,
Hmm.
8 o'clock.
It's for a good cause too.
Nice, nice.
Yep,
Yes.
Lucia said nice.
Yes, it's going to be
There's a lot
fun.
of events around here that people just don't know
Hmm.
about.
And that's why we try to announce them here so people can know about these different things, and they have a chance to say, oh, I didn't know that was going on, so maybe I'll go to that.
Hmm.
So that's one of the reasons why we do this community, put out the advertisements. And you guys, you know let us know. Go on our page on Facebook if you have information that you want us to put out. Also, if you're on the event page on Facebook, I pull a lot of the flyers and information from there. So if you announce your events and what's going on with you, we put you on there. Also, we're always looking for people to interview.
Yep.
You got something going on, you think it might be of interest to someone. Um, it'll promote yourself, your business. Do that. Do
Yeah.
that. This is your chance to use your voice. We interview a
Gives
lot of
you
people.
some distribution,
Mm-hmm.
some
Exactly.
promotion.
And we can all use that little help. So, all right, I'm ready to get
All
into
right.
it. I'm
You ready
ready to
to
get
dive
into
in?
it and see what we can get people talking. You want to start us off there on a topic and all, whatever.
Okay, yeah. So we're doing off the record on the mic. And just to get us started, when you hear off the record, what does that mean to you?
Hmm. When I hear off the record, what do that mean to me when I hear off the record? It means that I have some form of protection from what I'm about to say. To
It won't be
me,
repeated.
yeah, I
That's what
have.
I feel.
Yeah, that, off the record, if somebody said it's off the record, they're not supposed to go post it. Oh, it's off the record, but I didn't say I couldn't post it. No, that's part of it. So that's what it means to me. And somebody say, well, off the record, how do you feel about this? That means that I'm just talking to you and I'm not expecting that to
Right,
go
it's gonna stay
anywhere.
between us.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But do that happen?
uh, I doubt
Mhm.
it. If it's getting recorded, I mean, even if you say it's off the
And a lot
record,
of times, if it's not, even if it's not getting recorded, people go and tell, and you know what I mean? It might as well be recorded. But if you know it's being recorded, it's not off the record.
yeah, whether you
It's
say
not
that or
off the
not,
record.
I feel like it's not really.
Yes. What's something then that you usually keep to yourself, but you feel comfortable sharing here?
Me?
Something you usually keep to yourself, but you feel comfortable sharing right here.
Um, I don't know. To be
That's
honest,
a hard
that is a
one.
good one.
That's a good one.
What do I
Anybody want to
usually
jump in
keep
there?
to
What is something
myself?
that you would usually keep to yourself, but you don't mind sharing here? Hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly. Those are one of
That is
those
a good
questions that
one.
make you say, hmm. something I would usually just keep to myself, and I don't mind sharing here.
Vince says it's between me, you, and the wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I share something here, then I'm not really keeping it to myself because
That's what I'm saying. So,
I'm
like,
putting it
that's my
out
dilemma.
there. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out
So,
there.
if I would keep it to myself, why would I share it?
Yeah, especially those things you want to keep to yourself. I found the best way to do it is to do just that. Keep it to yourself. Don't share it. Because a lot of times, we get mad when different stuff get put out there, but it's because we shared it.
Right.
We told somebody and shared it and everything, and then we get mad and get upset. Oh, everybody knows, stay out my business. Don't put your business out there. Don't put your business out there. Okay, do you think there more people are more honest in private than in public?
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah,
for
because
sure.
you want to say on that?
I'm trying to put this on screen real quick.
Okay, people I think are more honest in private, of course, than in public because they feel they can share more in a private setting than out in the open and everything, so they might feel more comfortable with sharing and going a little deeper, knowing, okay, maybe I got one person or two people here and that I'm sharing this with privately versus a whole audience, or so
Hmm.
yeah, people, I can see people sharing more privately than in public.
Oh, okay, Vince has one.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "My past, but now I tell the world the embarrassing parts so they can navigate around my past mistakes." The wall comment was for what does off the record mean?
What do who mean?
What does off the record mean?
Off the record means, okay, it's off the record. Nobody's gonna know actually what you're saying to us, but you are still live. We're not gonna record you. You're not
My
gonna
mom
be
says my
not
age.
gonna be written down.
But
Mhm.
my mom says my age, but I won't share. That's a good one. I don't share my age a lot
I
with
do,
people.
and that's something because I used to didn't do it, but I found myself more because I was in a challenge with one person. He was live and he was encouraging people to share their age. And then when I told him my age, he was kind of rude and like I was lying. And he didn't believe me. It wasn't, that he didn't believe me in a good way. He was kind of rude with it,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like I had to really explain myself, and I felt like no, because this is every year. That's another year that the Lord blessed me to be here, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy and proud to brag about that. So, yeah.
Right.
So a lot of people, they'll keep their age to their self, and won't share it out in public. Which I can understand. Yes.
Yeah, I can too, definitely.
But
But mom, you don't look your age, so that's a good part.
so how old are you? You can tell me. I won't put it on the record.
Yep, you see her picture, you guys? That's what she looks like.
Hmm.
She doesn't look her age.
And she look like that in person, so she don't look her age. And I find that a lot of women and everything now growing up, they're not looking their age.
I see a lot of Gen Zers though. They
Mhm.
look way older than their age
They
lately.
do, like
I don't know what it is.
hard life.
I guess COVID did a
Fast,
number on them.
fast and hard life, and you see that because, and for instance, I remember a couple of years back, I was going down Empire Street, and I saw these kids going to school, and I thought, well, I know that has to be somebody's parent right there. It was this guy with hair all over his face and everything, and the person in the car would be knew him say, "No, that's a kid." And I was like, "Are you kidding?" Look like one of the parents. He's going down to school, and so it was just hard to believe. But I found out that people, it all depends too. Some people, not all people, because some people definitely look their age and beyond.
Right.
But I'm finding out that certain people, a lot of times, don't look their age. Don't look their age. And I know I don't look mine, but I contribute that to my mother and my grandmother, who neither one of them ever looked their age. All right. Get
Okay.
one?
So moving along here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? No, we already asked that
What's the
one.
truth?
What's a truth you didn't learn until adulthood?
Wow. The truth you didn't learn until you became an adult. That it's hard to be an adult. Comes with consequences. That's some of the truth. It's so many truths that you don't learn until you become an adult and experience things. So what's the truth, Chels, that you learn? I would say there's so many truths. You have to be responsible. You have to go on and get things done even when you don't want to, because you have responsibilities. When you're adult, you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
When you're a child and everything, you don't have to worry about that. Somebody else is taking care of that. So it's a lot of truth that I didn't learn until I was adult.
For me, I mean, this is kind of a silly one. It's not so serious, but um, I didn't know that you can use the back of the hammer to
Mhm.
start off the first nail. So you
Mhm.
put the back of the hammer, that like curved part. You put
Mhm.
the nail in there, and then you dink it right into the wall, and that starts it off,
Mhm.
and the nail goes in. I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's how you do that.
Mhm.
I learned that recently. Thank you, social media.
Social media has a lot of those things there that you learn. Okay. Anybody want to answer that question before I go on? What's the truth you didn't learn until adulthood? You didn't learn this until you became an adult.
Anyone on TikTok?
It could be anything as simple as driving to whatever. Are you on TikTok up there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Hi, Elizabeth.
have you ever said, I won't say, I probably shouldn't say this, and you said it anyway? I probably shouldn't say this, but then you went ahead and said it. Yeah, because I have plenty of time. I gave that warning that I probably shouldn't say this, but it was something that needed to be said.
Hmm.
So for me, that's sort of like giving a warning, isn't it?
No, I never say that.
You never say that?
No.
You said I probably
I
shouldn't
would
say
just say
this.
it. I wouldn't like preface it like I probably shouldn't say. I wouldn't say that part. I would just
But
say
if
it.
you're telling, I can see that in a situation where it's a person, you don't know how a person might take it, and you're kind of trying to protect their feelings.
I guess, but
But some people need that buffer. before you slam it to them. Some people need that buffer.
Elizabeth says she likes that question, and she said that Santa isn't real. Oh my god.
And you know what? I'm not gonna even go there because I don't want to get in trouble. But people used to say that, and we would just come back with stuff, and yeah, I can go there.
That was funny.
That is, and you think about that, you say, well, I probably shouldn't say Santa isn't real, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I gotta need. It was a reason behind that, and when you have that other part that you need to say it anyway, because it's for a good reason.
Mhm.
Okay, what's something you outgrown that surprised you? Wow.
Oh.
What's something you've outgrown that surprised you?
For me, I would probably have to say a lot of my music. A
Mm.
lot of it
You've outgrown
that I
it?
just loved,
Mhm.
especially in the early 2000s
And you
music.
just don't. You've
I don't
outgrown it.
vibe with it anymore so much. Like I can
Mhm.
still listen to it and it's fine, but it's
Kind of
not.
outgrown that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
outgrown that. I'm not in that place in life where I
Mhm.
resonated with that anymore. So a lot of that music
Yeah.
I've outgrown, surprisingly.
Hmm. I would say for me, it's people. Something. Well, they say something. I bet you've outgrown that surprised you. I would say a lot of the activities I used to do, and I used to just love to um, be at a lot of parties and do a lot of this and do a lot of that. A lot of it, even though I like still enjoying going, but it's not a big part of my life like it used to be because I've outgrown that. I've outgrown that hanging out every weekend
Mm-hmm.
type thing. And, I found other ways,
Mm-hmm.
that I can still enjoy myself and have just as much fun and be right at home. I've learned to accept, because for me before it used to be, I'm not staying at home. Oh
Right.
no, I was going. I was going. But I've outgrown that part. I've learned to appreciate, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to our audience.
Mm-hmm.
Janet says dating.
Dating? Yeah.
Vince says weed and alcohol.
Yeah.
Janet says partying.
Yes.
For sure. For sure.
And that was, like I said, that was me at the party and things. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a good party here and there. Just to, have something to do to go out fun because I like to dance and just go out and party. But I was partying when I used to go out and party. It was all the time. It was a permanent thing because for a while I was a bartender in Chicago, and so I was around a constant party crew. Even though our party was like a daytime party at this club, but
Mm-hmm.
I was constantly in that atmosphere. So I used to be sick of parties. I was always in that scene, and I didn't know if it was daytime or nighttime, but that helped me, I think, to outgrow the partying scene a lot. I just
Mm-hmm.
found other interests.
Right.
I found a lot of other interests.
Right.
So,
There's so many other things you can be doing.
oh, and you can get so much joy from them, and
Right.
I in simple things like one day I realized, I said, oh boy, I don't have anything to do today. I can stay in PJs, I can just relax and do whatever I want to do, just eat and do whatever. And that was the best day, you know. And any other time I was be like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go find me something to do. I'm gonna call get on the phone, I start calling people, or I get in the car and I take off.
Right.
But I've outgrown that. I've outgrown that.
Okay. So, is there a difference between being private and being secretive? What do you think?
I think there is a difference between private and secretive.
What do you
Yeah.
think the difference is?
I think the difference is a lot of things. If something is private, it just means that need to be kept close to
Mm-hmm.
heart for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And secretive, that can be um, kind of, I wouldn't say deceptive. Um, all depends on what the intent is
Right.
behind it. So that has a big question over that. If you're going to be secretive, because there's a reason, behind you needing to be secretive about this.
Right.
It could be a good reason though. It could be if you let this out, people are going to go crazy and won't leave. Say, for instance, you win $1 million. You might want to be secretive about that because it's going to change people in your lives. They're not going to give you any peace and all these things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are positive reasons. Then you can be secretive because you got something you really don't want nobody to know about and it's really bad and you're trying to be deceptive and so
Yeah.
that it all depends on that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think there is a difference, but I think it can
Hmm.
still appear the same. So that's
Yes.
why the question, I guess, is
They're
even
so
asked.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're a
Hmm.
private person, people think of you as secretive because
Yeah.
they're not able to get into your.
And why is that? Because for a lot of years in my life, I was that type of person. People thought I was secretive and stuff. No,
Mm-hmm.
that was just me. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that loud mouth out there all the time. And,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that I was being secretive. They just, had that perception,
Right.
like I was being standoffish or being secretive. No, I didn't have any secrets to hide. That was just my personality. So, sometimes people can take that word secretive the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah, and without knowing the base behind
Yeah, I
it.
think secretive kind of has a negative connotation, whereas
Yes.
private is more neutral.
Mhm. Yes, that's true. Anybody out there want to share anything on that?
I don't see any comments, so I guess we can move along.
Okay.
TikTok, can you see my messages? I can see your messages. Leo, is that your name? Leo?
We have a message. Okay. What about this one? What's a conversation you avoid having, even with people you trust? What's a conversation you avoid having, even with people you love and trust?
I avoid having conversations about my relationship because I feel like it's not something I want other people to be a part of, really.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like if we're going through something difficult because they're gonna form their own idea of who he
Mm-hmm.
is without actually,
Mm-hmm.
having the right
Right. And
full
people will.
picture, and they're just gonna hate him forever or something over
Mm,
something minor. So I feel like I definitely don't share my relationship with a lot of people at all, especially not the internet.
mm-hmm. And that's a good thing because a lot of people, that's what tear it up
Yeah.
and bring in a lot of outside views and all that. So some things, and it's not being secretive, going back to what we just discussed,
Hmm.
it's a reason behind that. You don't want all this other stuff. Okay. So for me, a conversation I avoid having, even with people I trust. Hmm. I avoid having a lot of conversation about where I'm going in my life with people sometimes,
Hmm.
even with people I trust, because a lot of times they just don't get it. I feel they just don't get it, or I feel they more or less want to incorporate their own opinion versus understand where I'm going and support where I'm going. Um, I don't do that. I try to avoid conversations with people about religion.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't get into those deep conversation about politics.
me either.
There's two categories.
Especially on my social media. I know
That's
I could
here.
use that as leverage on my social media, but that's
But
not what I
why
want to.
that's not. And the same with me. I know if I, put that in there as part of my niche and that's
Right,
what
it
I
could
was,
blow up, but
it'll
it's
blow
not
up,
worth
but
it.
I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't
Exactly.
enjoy making the content for it.
Exactly.
So if I'm not gonna enjoy it, I'm not gonna enjoy making the content for it. I won't do it. So that would be something that I would avoid. Even like here, I don't want to get into religion and politics.
Mhm.
Those are two things that just people are entitled to
To their
feel
opinion.
how they want to feel in
Yeah.
my book.
Yeah.
They're entitled to not be harassed. They're entitled to not feel guilty for their views, for their choices. So that's why I try to leave that out of here and
Hmm.
leave that also out of my social media
Right.
because
Yeah.
that'll start a quick fight.
Right. Yeah.
You want to fight? There you go.
And I know so many different people on all sides of like
Hmm.
everything, so
Yes,
it'd be too difficult to try to like keep up with that kind of
that's right.
audience when that's not really what I'm trying to do. So what's next?
The self confession level. We getting into self
What's
confession.
something you've changed your mind about in the last year? In the last year.
Something in the last year. I changed my mind about me as far as I need to put me in a better position, like not first because Jesus Christ is first, but second in my life. So instead of down the line after this and after that and after whatever goes on with the sun, moon, and earth and the grass, I need to move myself up. And I had to change my mind about that and realize and start asking myself, like you should be asking yourself, what about me? Don't I matter? Don't I count? So that's in the back of my mind, and that's something that I have changed my mind about in the last year because I used to put everybody and everything else first. And I wouldn't even say the last year, the last years, uh, because it has been a process. It's not just something that happened overnight, but I got it now. I got
I think for me, it would have to be like actually caring about being more social and part of my community, my local community,
it. Hmm.
because I just didn't used to care about that much. I mean, I did to a degree, like in high
Yeah.
school. In high school, I did a service project where I had went to Twice as Nice and they donated prom dresses, and I did like a prom dress giveaway thing. But ever since like that project, I haven't really been doing a lot for the community.
Hmm.
So like being part of Operation Love and helping out with that kind of stuff, it really opened me up to changing my mind about being more involved in the community.
Yeah, because you get out there and you get to see those needs firsthand,
Hmm.
and what's going on. And just like for me, it's a sense of fulfillment. It just It's a sense of satisfaction. Like every time we go out there and we deliver or we prepare a meal or whatever we do, it means a lot. It helps. Anybody ever stay quiet just to keep the peace? Have you ever stayed quiet just to keep the peace? I don't think I have. I might have stayed quiet because I was like just annoyed by the racket, and I didn't want to, I wanted it to calm down rather than build up. But I don't know, staying quiet to keep the peace.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
In my life, I've dealt with people who have different issues as far as like drinking and anger issues and stuff like that. So I've
Hmm.
had to
And
just
you have to kind
sometimes
of,
you pick your battles.
yeah, you definitely have to pick your battles, and you have to sometimes in those situations say, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let that, fuse out.
Right.
So yeah, that's something you have to do in certain situations. Certain situations. What's something people assume about you that isn't true?
About me?
What's something that
Um,
people assume about you that isn't true?
that isn't true. What's something people assume about me that isn't true? Oh wait, hold on. Stay quiet. Vince, stay quiet. Vince says he stayed quiet to keep the peace, to stop adding fuel to the fire. When me and my baby mama were in the crash out phase, my dad told me what to do and it worked.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes you, like I say, man, sometimes you have to stay quiet to keep the peace in certain situations. So that question, it just gets tailored to, the situations. You have to tailor it to where it fits.
Right.
So what's something people assume about you that isn't true?
What's something people assume about me that isn't true
Mm-hmm.
is um I don't know. I guess maybe that I'm secretive because I'm so private.
Oh, okay. I,
Not to go back to that question,
but
but
hey, if it
it's
fits.
true. A lot of people probably do assume that I'm secretive because
Mm-hmm.
I'm private and I'm kind of quiet. I'm not a yammer or yapper, as some people like to say. So that,
Yeah, and that's, that's people assumption.
right.
That's the thing, and that's what I say was something that people assume, but it's not true. But people have the habit of, using their own perception of you and riding with that, and they do that with everybody. Something I think that people assume about me is that I'm this quiet, laid back, easy going, and I will be easy in, that a lot of things fly, but they don't know it's a storm underneath brewing.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always learned to you give people the benefit of the doubt,
Mm-hmm.
and to proven otherwise. And I live by that. I don't I give people anybody the benefit of the doubt until they show themselves otherwise. I don't go off of how anybody feel about someone. Like I tell people, don't get me mixed up in this and that, because I don't side with people just because somebody else don't like you. I
Mm-hmm.
don't jump on that boat. So a lot of times people assume that they can just lead me here and lead me there until they mess around and find out, to put it nicely. Um, so that's what a lot of times people assume about me because I am private, quiet, and laid back. But it's a matter of don't take the quietness and this state for weakness,
Right.
And
Right.
so that's something people assume, and I be thinking, when I'm quiet because I'm listening and I'm
Yeah.
learning and I'm watching you and I'm taking all in because people will let you know about them if you just listen to them.
Right. Yeah. Right.
If you stop talking and listen for a minute, they will let you know
Everything you want to
themselves.
know.
Anything, you don't have to have questions for them. So, on that person, I'd rather sit back and get information than be flapping and miss the whole thing. So, people have that bad assumption.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Luna CC. Okay.
Hmm.
And Vince says, people assume the worst about me because I do business the way the Bible says. Pastor Pat and I were talking about this today. I do things righteously, and they think I want something in return because they have been conditioned by businesses that do a lot of wrongdoings.
Hmm. And that's just it. They've been conditioned by, and that's another thing. I don't go by, you know. I can be learned a lesson from something that happened in the past, but I don't carry that on to the next business situation. I'm just more knowledgeable about how to approach things, but I don't say, "Oh no, I'm not going to do business with you because all y'all want just to take advantage of someone." I don't put people in that same boat. And shall I say, okay, looks like we're running down on time, so let's get through this. What's a boundary you didn't have before, but you absolutely have now? Chels, what's a boundary
Mm,
that you didn't have before, but you absolutely have now?
um, I don't know. I have to think about that one for a minute.
Hmm.
A
Anybody, what's a
boundary.
boundary that you didn't have before? Maybe, and now you say, now I
Oh
would say,
yeah,
as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as
I got
dating,
one.
you got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
People get one chance to screw me over, and that's it. It
Yeah.
used to be a million chances.
Yeah, that
Forgive, forget,
could
move
say the same
on.
thing. I was about to say the same thing. People chances are very limited now. They don't
Yeah,
get all those freebies that they used to get off me before.
right.
That I trust you and I give you the multiple 100,000 chance and hope that wrong. That's what I can say. People don't get them chances with me now. You show me who you are. You prove who you are. I'm gonna believe you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with that because who knows you better than you? I'm gonna roll with that. So I was thinking the same thing. That's a boundary that I didn't have before because people would just be able to. I wouldn't say necessarily just take advantage, but I would say they would get away with being me letting them slide with stuff that
Right. And then
now
they
they wouldn't
know.
slide with.
Right, and they know you'll let them
They
slide.
Yeah, but
So they just abuse it.
now they know they couldn't get past with that same stuff, with you. So yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna say alignment check good. Most of those things activate.
Okay. What is one thing you're more honest about now than before?
One thing I'm more honest about now than before is my feelings, because I used to keep them a lot to myself, and I was like, that can destroy you a lot of times in certain situations. So
Mm,
I kind of like to be honest about that and put that out there and be honest about more how I'm feeling, you know, instead of just keeping that in.
Right.
So yeah, I'm more honest about that than before.
Um, for me, one thing I'm more honest about now than before is I want to say everything.
Mhm.
I do because I just feel like I've gotten to a point now, or maybe it's the age now that I don't
Mhm.
have that like apprehension to speak how I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say kind of everything really.
And you guys, if you want to jump in, just jump in. We're doing our back-to-back questions section now here, so we'll be wrapping it up, doing our back-to-back. And I want to know one thing you're still learning to talk about. One thing you're still learning to talk about. Hmm.
Hmm.
I would say my youth growing up. Even though I have talked about a lot of it, that's one thing, the learning process. You know, it's one thing. Still learning to talk about.
Learning how to talk about. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. One thing.
Mm,
Still learning to talk about
I'm just
hard
learning how to
things.
talk in general and communicate my feelings and emotions
Mm-hmm.
like on camera. I guess it's not the same. It's
No,
really
it's
not.
not. It's not.
Like,
It's not. People don't realize that
yeah.
because you get on the camera a lot of time, you be like, and it's not the same to open up the talk. You because in the back of your mind, all these people, where it's
Mm,
going out to all these people, and
right.
yeah, I
And
know.
it's gonna be
I
recorded. They can replay
Yes,
it.
and over and over, and what they're gonna do with it, and all those things go out to you. Versus, you take a chance on just talking to one person or a couple
Right.
of people. It's definitely different in social media when you have to do that, because yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, one thing that you don't owe everyone access to. What's one thing you don't owe everybody access to?
Anything.
Yeah,
Like,
many things in your life
uh,
you don't owe everybody access to, like
right.
your life in general.
Exactly.
I would say you don't owe everybody access to your life, to your personal affairs, to your financial affairs.
Hmm.
We can go down a list, that things that people don't have access to. Because when you give them too much access to things, that's when things happen.
Yeah, especially when
And
you're on social media because you get the
yeah.
followers and then they want you to do XYZ and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to do it like this,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to still please them because that's your following.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
And see, that's why
hard.
you can't let them dictate that
Right.
to you, because when I get on and I do my social media, I do whatever I feel like doing at the time. I don't care if it's just 2 likes that come in there. I said there's 2 more that I didn't have. Because when I first got in there, people would do that. They would make the comments, want me to do this, want me to do this. I'm
Mhm.
like, wait a minute. And especially when I went live, I
Mhm.
would have people come in and they would like, can you dance for me? I'm like, wait a minute.
Mhm.
What you think this is? This isn't the dancing edition, you know. And I would get mad because they would come in and they would be watching. You have no idea who they is, and they would just think you're gonna perform for them. And I would just
Right.
shut that down right away, because you have to have full control of what you're doing.
Right. Like Pink said, not here for your entertainment.
Not for your entertainment. That's not what this about, boo. No, I'm not getting ready to do any flips and dance for you. And What you want? You got some special next you want me to wear? No, we're not getting into all of that. So, that'll be your next question. You got anything in black? No, I burnt all my black. Okay. No, so I just try to make sure I'm keeping it safe because I know when you're on there, you never know who's on the other end. So there's ways to be safe. So in the social media, and you don't owe nobody access to everything in your life.
Right.
That's what messes up a lot of times. We get people too much info on us,
Mm-hmm.
too much. So
Mhm.
I think we're almost at the wrap up hour, Shells.
Oh yeah.
We always do that when we get to talking,
I know.
and I notice that not when we have guests, but when we get to talking, because we love talking with you guys. We love when you guys talk back and answer questions, and it just pumps us up and keep the conversation going. We
Mhm.
always look, and then we see that we're going over or we're not done, and we're at that done part. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Remember the announcements.
Yep.
Go
And we
out and
will be live
support.
tomorrow from Boots on the Ground.
That's right. So if you want to see Chels dance, you have to watch just to see if she do or not. You have to watch.
Right? I might
But
do it. I danced at the last one, believe it or
yeah,
not.
so you guys, I know some of you were tuning in, so we do appreciate when we see that you tuning in
Mhm.
on the lives and tuning in for us to do so. Please continue to do so. And we will be live, and that's here in Freeport Grand River Hall tomorrow, 8 o'clock, with the Man of Change and Push for the Boots on the Ground party. And I am feeling better. I'm so glad because yesterday I was telling you I fell.
Mhm.
It was really weird coming out the store, getting something to eat, and then there was that black ice. It had just started to snow, but it was, we had all that rain all day and it left all them puddles. And then the temperatures plummet. So it got that thin sheet of ice and you couldn't see it, just looked like the sidewalk.
Mhm.
There was went down and I went face down first. I was really lucky because my face did hit the concrete, but it just kind of felt like it scraped, but it didn't. I was just that close because I broke my fall with my arm, but I'm so glad and thankful that it wasn't worse than what it was. That would have been the last thing I needed with my back is to have a bad fall. So I thank God that I'm doing good. I woke up this morning checking, making sure everything was still working. I was like, hey, I feel good. I feel good. I don't have that at the next day because that next day is when that soreness come in.
Mhm.
And I didn't have that because I did right away. You know what I did? I jumped in the Epsom salt bath right
Good
away.
idea.
As soon as I got in the house, I made me an Epsom salt bath. I jumped in there and I went from using ice packs to using heat, mostly the heating pad. And I tell you, that's what did it. And I stayed on it because I got dancing to do tomorrow. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I can't be laid up. And after that, the tomorrow's Operation Love Freeport Day. That's what I call it every third Saturday because we take care of the elderly in the community and we feed the homeless. We prepare a meal and take it down there and feed them at the shelter. So, and tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing early. I got a lot of chicken to fix up for tomorrow. Oh, we do have a giveaway. Let's try. We're gonna try giving something
Yeah,
away
we can.
because we haven't did a
Yeah, I
giveaway
haven't done a
and
giveaway in a while.
yeah, we haven't done a giveaway in a while. And we do have these things here. We do encourage people if you have a business or whatever, you want to donate something, drop it off for our giveaways. We like to give away stuff. So what do we have now, Shells?
It is a sandwich maker.
A sandwich maker. Oh, can you show it to him?
Yeah, I showed it. You
Okay,
were looking
nice
over there,
little,
but I
a
did show it.
nice little sandwich maker. Okay, you can grill some sandwiches, make your
Yeah,
grilled
grilled
cheese or
cheese.
whatever type of little sandwich you want.
Small bites, big yum, it says.
Oh, okay. Anything food sound good to me. So what shall we do as far as that?
Yeah,
Hmm?
we still got people on, so we might as well try. Let's
So
see if
what shall we say to give away the sandwich maker? And if you guys don't need a sandwich maker, you know it is Christmas time coming up. You wrap it up and give it to somebody.
mm-hmm.
You know, wrap it up and give it to somebody. Let's see. What shall
To
we
win the
do?
giveaway.
Hmm?
What should we do
Hmm.
for them to win? And you guys can also enter if you're not from here. You would have to pay for shipping, but we will ship it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will ship it to you if you pay for the shipping. If you don't live here, otherwise you will need to pick it up, and we will give you all the information. So, what should we do to give this away? I don't know. Hmm,
Mm, you could just have them comment something.
like,
Comment. I don't know, something easy to type.
mm-hmm. First person to comment. Let's see, sandwich maker. How about that? That's simple.
Okay. What? It keeps saying.
It's not getting it for you.
There we go.
Okay, first person to comment, sandwich
Yeah,
maker
first person to comment, sandwich maker.
gets the sandwich maker. Okay, we've given away snow boots. We've given away other kind of muffin makers and other kind of electric
So many
devices and
things.
so many different things. And so let's give away the sandwich maker because, like I said, if you don't need a sandwich maker, it is Christmas time. You can wrap it up and give it away
Yep,
as a
first person to
Christmas
comment.
gift, and that will save you some money and buying
First
one
person
more
to
person.
comment
First person
wins
to
the
comment
sandwich
is a
maker.
mini sandwich maker non-stick. Yes, and it'll be even good for a young person too. A young person, maybe you have a person in college or just a young person
Mm-hmm.
that you can trust a little bit in the kitchen, and that'll make up some sandwiches, you know. That'll be good. Get in there and make us up some sandwiches, girl. First person to comment, sandwich maker. The sandwich maker is yours. If you don't live here, you will have to get it shipped.
Vince says
Vince
sandwich
said, all right,
maker.
Vince in the house with the sandwich maker. I was waiting on
Awesome.
somebody to say sandwich maker, but awesome, awesome, Vince. That sandwich maker is now yours. Like you say, you can keep it for yourself or wrap it up and give it away. It is the Christmas season. All
Mm-hmm.
depends on what you want to do with it. So, Vince, you know where your gift is and you know how to get it. So, we'll make sure you get it tomorrow because you'll be joining us right tomorrow. So we can be. So
Partying.
if I don't get too sleepy, I said once we shut it down, because we get ready to shut it down, I will be coming back. I will be live for a little while on my TikTok. Just gonna be playing some music. People, I don't know why they want me to. I'm not a DJ.
Maybe they remember you from the radio.
Yeah, and all they're gonna do is stare and listen. So same thing,
That's all
but
they do anyway.
that's true. But at least I'll get the followers and stuff and encouragement and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I can't wait for my hats, the rest of the hats to come in so we can start promoting those and everything.
Yeah, we
Who
should
knows?
start
We can
doing that.
start doing that and start
Per
selling some
episode,
hats.
we should start doing that.
Yeah, yeah, and start promoting stuff. Yes. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This was episode number 31 already. I can't believe it. And like I said, I was just in the teens, but now we're in episode 31. 31. And thank you to our winner, Mr. Vince Brooks. He typed in sandwich maker first to win this nice little sandwich maker right before the holiday time. And we shall see you on the next episode. Good night.
Good night.
We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.